So I'm going to tell you guys about the story of Colin Gray. If you're unfamiliar with this, it's a landmark case that this school shooter had gone into Appalachia High School, Georgia, and this kid, of course, he by all means should be convicted of this crime of literally being a school shooter, but his name's Colt Gray. But now, for the first time that I've ever seen, his dad, Colin Gray, is getting 15 years in prison for being his dad.
For being responsible, I guess, they're putting the responsibility on the dad for raising a school shooter.
Wait, is it because he left his gun out?
It's a number of things, but he's being convicted of second-degree murder over the deaths of 2 students who were killed by his son during the mass shooting. He's also guilty of involuntary manslaughter over the death of 2 teachers. The prosecution claimed it's his fault because he bought his 16-year-old son the rifle and failed to lock it up after they were able to prove that he knew his son was a risk.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were able to prove that, you can't say, I had no idea this was going to happen. There were signs, there were things that he could have done to prevent it, but he didn't do it. And now he gets 15 years.
That's crazy that you could prove that you knew all along and you didn't do shit.
Yeah. And a lot of the time, I feel like most of these parents in the past could also be in the same boat, but I've never seen this actually happen.
That's a very traditional Asian style ruling. Because I think in the Asian culture, there's in American or Western culture, there's a lot of individualistic responsibility. But then in Asian culture, there's a lot of kind of almost collective responsibility. You reflect on your parents or your family name and all that. Yeah. And so a lot of the times people avoid doing certain things just because they don't even want to bring shame to the family.
Yes.
I think it's good to kind of meet in the middle somewhere because, without the dad, how would he have obtained, unless he got the weapon illegally, but if his dad bought him the weapon and his dad knew about it, I always felt like if you're up until the kid is 18, I feel like there is some sort.
They're your property.
They're your property, and there's some responsibility. I mean, when your dog goes out and bites someone else, you still get in trouble, and that's your dog.
Right, it's your dog. Your responsibility. Yeah. I really love. It sounds funny, but I absolutely wish more cultures could absorb some of the Asian shame culture.
Yes,
because it has saved the culture from so many things. Because Asians are one of the only cultures that, let's say that a Filipino guy did something really fucking horrible, nobody's donating to that fool's GoFundMe. Yeah. Nobody's coming to fucking help this guy.
No. If anything, they go, I remember you, motherfucker. Fuck you. You fucking made us look bad.
Yeah. But then other races have people that are like that guy where they'll be like, nah, he probably didn't do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? No, dude, Asians are you fucking did it. I don't even care.
How crazy that generational guilt is. So in North Korea, if you get in trouble for a crime for 3 generations, that's the punishment. So you, your parents, and your children all go to fucking jail together. Isn't that crazy? I like that. That's crazy to me. And some people, they'll have kids there, right? In the prison camp. For 3 generations, that's your sentence. Damn. So they have a slave work encampment.
Yeah, because if the mom was pregnant and if she gave birth, then the kid could be just born into the slave camp or whatever.
And they don't get free until the next kid.
Yeah, no, that's too far.
And it's for crazy shit you watch the K-pop fucking concert.
Yeah, right. You saw a DVD of Inside Out. Yeah, banned. It's contraband. Yeah. So here's the breakdown. So the son pled guilty to 55 counts, 4 murders and 9 injuries of the kids that he had shot at. The kid got life in prison. And where was the mom throughout all this? People would ask. And where the mom was kind of shows you how terrible his parents were.
She's getting a massage or something.
So she lost custody of her kids years ago because of drug abuse and child neglect. And and here's a crazy thing. So while Colt, the shooter, the kid, while he's in prison, they were recording transcripts of the conversations he would have with his mom from prison. And this is the type of shit they were saying. So his mom was telling him about drawings on the internet she found where it shows Colt, the kid, and they would draw him alongside all the mass shooters of history. And then the mom says, I'm printing these out because they're extremely cute.
What the hell?
And then another drawing showed Colt next to the Columbine shooters and the Parkland shooters.
Like she's proud of him?
She's proud. Yeah. And Colt's mom said, it's really awesome. And then Colt said, wow, I need that printed out and brought to the jail.
Oh, shit.
And then so like Colt asked for mercy in his sentencing because he said he had a abusive childhood. And the state investigated his life and they found 12 categories of abuse in his household, such as inadequate food, shelter, medical care. So both his parents are pieces of shit. Total pieces of shit.
You think they named him after the Colt gun?
The gun, yeah, probably. And that's not to say that like I'm not in no way excusing the existence of Colt where like, oh, that's fine. He should have leniency. No.
But he's what, 16?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I kind of agree with Bart though. Like up until they're an adult, like you're shaping this fucking human being. Yeah. And it is up to the parents. And if they're absolute trash.
If they made the demon child.
Yeah. You're developing trash.
Right. And so and then also in his life, there's no evidence or record that they ever took him to the doctor other than one time to get glasses. And they never like had any care for him. The prosecution's not interested though in prosecuting the mom.
They're not interested in prosecuting?
No, they're not. And the reason is interesting. So they don't want the mom to be put on trial because putting her on trial will make Colt, the son, have to testify against her, and it frames Colt as a victim. And they don't want Colt, who murdered all these kids, to be in any position where he looks like a victim of anything. They want him to stay the assailant.
Well, that's fucked up too. Because I'm like, people can be like the assailant and the victim at the same time, but I feel like they just should be separate cases tried in that order of crime or whatever.
Yeah, but I guess that's why they're choosing not to. They're like, nah, just put him away.
Because you know when they do things for optics, it kind of skews justice. Right, yeah. You know, you're like, oh, it's going to look bad because of this or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, they don't want that at all. They don't want Colt to be a victim in any of this because then he'd be essentially, I guess they don't want to frame it like, oh, he did this because of his upbringing, which of course plays a big part of it. But like
most crimes is because of that.
Yeah. But his parents are fucking horrible.
It's like years of fucking up. That's why they're at this point. It's not like someone just has a crime of passion one day.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
In majority of cases, and I think like when people are looking at it from the outside and they've never been around criminals, the fucking basically the lowest point of society, trash. Yeah. If they've never been around that shit, they have no fucking idea how it works.
No, yeah, they have no idea.
And then they go, well, people can, if they just need more money in the education system, dude, it doesn't fucking do anything.
I really believe, like, I don't know if this is like a bad belief, but I really think like situations like this where two horrible people came together and made a fucking demon, I don't think there's any infrastructure that's going to save that.
Oh, like what we have? No, fuck no.
I don't think you could do anything. I think you just have to hope that he doesn't go to your school. Like, there's nothing you can do.
Well, if they're young, I think there's a chance to turn it around, but it's not about money, man. It's about mentorship.
But like, if you don't personally know them, then that's out of reach, right?
No, for sure. But I think if it's a possibility to rehabilitate or change the course, I think if they're young, yeah. If they're past, I want to say 30, I don't think so. Like if at that point they live the criminal lifestyle, they're already in that world. It's like being a part of a cult. Like you already, and then when you go to jail, you just learn the game better, right? But then if you're a teenager and let's say the state takes you, if it's not a babysitting program, and they've done studies on this of like rehab and with child soldiers that are refugees.
Oh yeah.
Like these child soldiers, they would be on drugs every day, like murdering all day long, just doing the crazy worse than these criminals, right? Yeah. But then they'll be able to like reverse it with mentorship and like love and care, basically. And then the stats actually pretty high the younger they are. So there's more time for them to mold and turn around. Yeah. But yeah, it takes a lot of time. And I'm like, that's where it goes. It's like, who has the fucking time to do this?
Yeah, because it's already hard to even mold one that you don't have to reverse. Like Taika, he's, blank slate, and didn't have a bad upbringing, but even just that, it already takes time to make sure he's like growing up in the right path.
That's why I think, like, of course, this is a horrible opinion, but I have to have it. I think kids, like the having to make everything inclusive to where no kid is weird, I think that's really fucking dangerous. I think you have to be able to spot the kids that are fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to be like, this kid is not right. You know what I mean? Instead of just act like everybody's the same. You know what I mean? I know that's like societally, that's what we want, but it's like a utopian idea. I don't think it's real. Like, we can't fake our way into thinking all the children are perfect.
Fuck no, man. When you look at these like pedos and shit and you see their faces, and there's a look, bro. There's a fucking look.
That's what I'm saying too, man. I'm like, come on.
Imagine a dermatologist that did that. You're like, yo, what's this dark spot? Oh, dude, just ignore it. It's just like the rest of it. It keeps growing. Like, I think it's cancer, bro. Just ignore it, dude. It's all the same.
Love your whole body. Love all of it.
I do agree though, like for like, let's say you see a Steve Urkel, right? Or you see like a black anime nerd, and then, someone that is afraid of black people might see that and just run across the street and like lock their doors. Now that's that whole like treat everybody, whatever, like that's for them, because when they're paranoid, they're actually dangerous. It's like the cop that's like trigger happy because they're like a scared chihuahua. So they need to learn to fucking unveil that. But on the flip side, I think it could go the other way too, where you actually have a group of thugs that are dangerous and you don't want to walk down the alley where they're at.
Yeah.
But then you go, you know what? I'm not racist. I'm going to go down anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a literal fucking gang, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
That's their territory. Yeah. And you're not wearing the right color, you idiot. You know, like, and it's like, I don't know.
And you look very jackable.
Yeah.
Stupid. That's just stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Is like, well, which one is the right one? It's like you got the extremes of two sides.
Well, it's the same as when, I mean, the double standard is like, let's say there's an alleyway full of 8 men and you don't know what race they are, but you're a woman. I think you should be allowed to not have to go that way.
Yeah, it's not like 8 guys singing doo-wop, 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 you know?
But those guys can fucking grape your ass too.
Could be a diversion. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, it's as simple as that to me. You know, like if a woman, if it's okay for her to not have to, to put her survival first, rather than her political correctness.
It sucks that we do live in a world like that though.
Man, we do.
There's like certain places though, like, I don't know, Japan, Europe, even some places in Southeast Asia where my spidey senses gets to relax. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Singapore is like that for me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's nice to have that.
It's really, really nice. Yeah.
But in America, in the way we grew up,
I was having that just here in Vegas compared to LA. Because I last lived in downtown. So then I have that here in Summerlin. I feel like that.
That's true. That's true.
I hella feel like that. I'm like, this is different. It's nice.
But it's nice to have that. And I wish we could live in a world like that, but we don't. We live in America.
We don't live in a world where everyone's equal. It sucks to say, but yeah, we don't. There's some freaks out there.
There's some freaks, man. Even in Japan, there's freaks everywhere. You got to train everyone to have that eye.
Yeah. Like the dude, remember the guy, it was a really famous story. Japanese student who was studying abroad, I believe in France, and he became a cannibal and he ate his roommate. Yeah. And that he does not look like a normal guy. Physically, he looks fucking weird.
Right now, he looks like Golem.
The one that's all crazy pale, right? That one?
Yeah.
He looks like Schmeagol and shit.
It looks like he has no life in his eyes. Like it's like a different weird thing. I don't think there's never signs.
If something feels weird, I would just be risk adverse.
I judge people by their looks all the time.
Yeah, and then everybody loves to act like they can read vibes, but then they can't. Suddenly,
they're horrible.
Yeah, like, okay.
Nope. I'm judging all day long.
Like, look at that guy's vibe.
Hey, it's kept me alive. I trust my instincts.
I know. People should listen to us because we're alive.